All right. I should. And I will. Well, when you do, be sure to take me with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave. Very well. I'll suggest it.
Missões, que raridade.
Clive. Here you go.
Duas. Sacro Império. 20 de renome. Bola, né? Agora ainda tem o problema do craft. O craft é muito fuleiro nesse jogo. Não serve de nada.
Good day to you. The crystals we get from it.
Where did you sell it?
Clive, your timing is exquisite as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Yes.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Priorizar.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Ó, conversar. Conversa.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
That. No, sorry, I can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but no, they haven't seen anything either.
Right. Thanks anyway.
Certeza que é lá no vinhedo.
The crystals we get from the tailor hall.
Nada a ver. Ai, que é isso? Eu não subi aqui não. Oh, não tinha subido aqui não. Oh, com seus acidentes. Ok. Vamos pra cá.
It is the Black Shields took a hiding from the hand of some captain in your duchy. Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having made sighting near the village.
The rumours, though. I'm in most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
Tell Quentin he don't need to worry about strangers sneaking into this end of town. I've got my own time. Tell Quentin, he don't need to worry about strangers sneaking into this end of town. Oh, I've got my eyes open. Tell Quentin, he don't need to worry about strangers sneaking into this end of town. Oh, I've got my eyes open. Well, it is, the Black Shields took a hiding.
There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lawburn's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me. And I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you. Seems Lawburn's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Total? Shall we go and investigate?
Oi? Nem lá com caráter. Tu, cara, perguntar isso. Tá não, macho. Não estou, meu. E tu? Né? Melhor não, porque depois eu bato o carro, né? Aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Eu botei. Eu abri aí.
Eu vim aqui, mas eu tava. Hoje ela terminou, foi tarde, terminou quase 9h40. Porque a gente só tem mais as. Aí ele tá tipo esticando, sabe?
Sim. Tô vendo. Quase 10 e pouco. Terminou agora.
Terminou 9h40. Aí eu fui preparar meu almoço, minhas coisas de amanhã. Entendeu? Aí fui tomar outro banho. Aí vim me deitar. Que demora, você acha que tentar ter uma vida fitness, meu filho? É foda por isso. Por isso que é mais fácil ser gordo. Compra tudo pronto e pronto.
Né? Ei, deixa eu abrir o vídeo.
Ah.
La cucaracha. La cucaracha?
E aí?
La cucaracha. Aí tu responde la cu.
La cucaracha.
La cu.
La cucaracha.
La cucaracho.
Aí terminou foi tarde a aula.
Liga aí, liga o vídeo pra ver, pra gente vendo.
Tu tá me vendo, não?
Não, bestado. Não, não é isso não. Do vídeo no YouTube.
Ah.
Não tem um tablet não, uma TV, qualquer coisa.
Não, meu cabo HDMI quebrou, tu acredita? Eu tenho que comprar outro, ó.
Eu tenho um monte aqui.
A porra do cabo HDMI quebrou, você.
Ei, meia-noite teu aniversário, né?
É. Tem que dar um jeito de comprar um no final de semana.
Parabéns, viu?
Não é meu aniversário ainda.
Eu fui o primeiro, não quero saber.
Mas não é meu aniversário ainda, então não conta.
Ah, ótimo.
Meu aniversário é meia-noite. Meia-noite?
Não, meia-noite um segundo.
Ah!
Oi! leva nem mais dano. Como é? Agora o meu cachorro macho é muito fácil. Tá, não dá pra jogar no jogo assim. Eles deviam lançar um modo mais difícil. Tem que completar o jogo pra poder jogar no modo mais difícil. É.
They're planning an attack on Lostwing. I need to walk Quentin.
Por quê?
Tá fácil assim?
Muito. Muito. Eu não levo dano. Não levo dano. Pode ser o boss que for. É muito fácil desviar.
Tu morreu, né, pro Titã?
Eu não sabia, agora eu já aprendi. Não, se tivesse mais inimigo com aquele nível de desafio, era ótimo.
Entendi.
Mas não tem. Aí, meu filho.
Então finaliza o jogo no modo fácil e volta a jogar no modo difícil.
Eu vou perder tudo. Oi, Dad Girino.
Você só libera o modo difícil depois que finaliza.
Depois que eu finalizo, eu não jogo mais não.
How goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lordwood's Pass.
Não, mas eu tô doido pra pegar, mas não posso,
Black
né?
shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now.
Eu devo completar esse final de semana,
One
não
means to
for.
root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had
Tô
hoped
com a
we'd
visão
have
um
more
pouco
time
ruim
for this.
pra focar, ó.
More time to
Olha,
prepare.
jogando direto, né?
Nada a
But
ver.
if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite, and bite back we shall.
Não, por
I'm
isso não.
sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who do the black shields serve now?
É, não,
Why would that
cansado.
person want you dead?
Não sei.
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of
Tá vendo?
Sandvik. All that I have built here is for him.
Não, eu tô
I don't
ouvindo.
understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
Que se eu for ver por
I
aqui...
suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it.
Dá pra
And
ver?
fight it I did in my own small way.
Peraí.
I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family
Eu
slaughtered.
tô enxergando tipo duplo as
No
letrinhas.
punishment whatsoever.
Peraí, eu tinha
I lost
cansado.
everything.
Às vezes eu fico
My loved
assim
ones,
também.
my livelihood,
Quando...
my position, the faith I had
Quando?
once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved
Eu
through
fico
the
muito tempo
courts.
no computador fazendo projeto.
So I set about enacting my own.
E aí eu
I
começo a
tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself.
Hoje é só sombra, né?
Man himself proved an altogether more difficult target.
Eu melhoro muito quando eu
With
boto
money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
Everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course, they too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice.
Eu tô bem.
Our wounds are the same.
Tô cansado mesmo desse negócio dessas
And our
correrias de
cause
abrir
is the same.
projeto.
We are comrades.
Ah,
Our
resolvi
revenge is
meu
already
aniversário
enough.
amanhã.
We know where he hides.
Onde é que vai ser? Como é que vai ser?
Well trained his guard.
Vamos fazer
What we
num
did not know
restaurante
until now,
lá.
however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move
Manda no
against
restaurante pra
him
me
first.
aparecer.
É o quê?
Manda do restaurante pra eu aparecer.
Friends and comrades, it begins.
Podem que
Make
já
ready
falam
for
porque
war.
amanhã que meus amigos não vão conseguir ir, que é final de mês, ou já tinham compromisso, ou estão sem dinheiro. Eu vou marcar com eles no próximo sábado. Amanhã é só minha família mesmo, amanhã, e o pessoal do escritório.
Ah. O bicho pra gostar de festa é tu, né?
Change his mind.
Não, das energias que eu gosto da festa. Eu gosto de encontrar os meus amigos.
Eu sei.
Na verdade, eu não tenho nem saco pra festa.
Tem saco pra festa. Vive nas festas bebendo.
Que mentira, até parece.
Amigo? É.
Não, é não.
É.
É quando eu viajo.
É.
Eu viajo tudo bem, vou na festa mesmo.
É,
Mas
mano.
normal, não tenho muito saco pra festa,
Tu é
não.
festeiro.
Eu sou não. Então, barzinho não é festa.
Ei, lembrei do dia que a gente foi comer a lasanha. O lasanha é gostoso.
Welcome.
É bom mesmo. Dá exemplo pro meu cunhado hoje, que eu vim com eles, né, de carro. Eu tô dando pra ir pra Canoa.
Eu tô colecionando todas as armas do jogo. Eu não vendi nenhuma, tu acredita?
Tu não vendeu nenhuma arma?
Nenhuma. Não tem menor sentido o craft desse jogo. Não tem sentido.
Assim,
Ó, no jogo inteiro.
Tipo,
No jogo inteiro. Inteiro. Jogo inteiro. Agora que eu consegui uma arma craftada que é melhor do que a arma que eu pego.
caralho.
Come back again.
Lá pra frente no jogo, né?
Então eu acho que eu tô com 69%. Aparece a porcentagem.
Sim, pois é, a gente vai lá pra um rodízio de carne.
Ai, adoro sushi de carne. Adoro. O rodízio de carne é a cor melhor do mundo, ó. Né? Principalmente aquela partezinha da picanha que é assada, a parte assadinha. Da maminha também.
Não, vai pra parte boa.
Ai, eu gosto da parte assadinha. Ai, Mario, eu amo. Muito saboroso.
Lives in spicy for them.
É, mano.
Just that.
Yeah.
Not so much as a value. What's the matter?
I'd go and look for a myself, but I've got a bakery that's now short, one pet, loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers.
O que gosta de carne no ponto.
I'll see what I can
Eu
do.
gosto do ponto mais.
You know where might have gone?
Do ponto pra bem passado.
É.
I wasn't be surprised.
Mais pra bem passado.
That mooning at Drake's Fang.
Eu não gosto
He used to work there, you see.
bem mal passado. Bem mal passado, quase cru.
Ih,
Ô, besteira. Pior carne que tem.
é. Ah, eu fiz aquele hambúrguer.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
É praia?
Né, Fry?
Prestou?
Deixei bem torradinha, ficou delícia.
I'm telling you, it's gone.
Só a tábua.
Bem torradinha.
Ficou só a casca de árvore.
Mas ainda ficou meio...
Cru?
com gosto... O gosto que eu não gosto.
De morte.
Hã? De quê?
Gosto de morte.
Não, eu tenho certeza que tu ia amar. Certeza. Tenho certeza. Mas não é o meu ponto. Ainda ficou com aquele gosto de que é cru. Sem estar cru. Tu ia gostar. Certeza que eu gosto. Acho que 90% da população humana gostaria do jeito que ficou. Mas.
Depois um pouco por aqui depois.
Aí eu botei 10 minutos virado de um lado. Aí esperei o bicho degelar.
10 minutos,
Porque
caralho.
tava congelado. Aí virei, deixei mais 10, virei, deixei mais 10.
Meia hora.
Aí botei uma camada de queijo em cima.
Ficou só o carro, essa carga.
Ficou não. Ficou uma delícia. Assim, né? O meu gosto, né? Obviamente.
Vou quase dar a cor da frango, tudo bem.
Berel. Seu Berel. Seu Berel.
E o outro não tá certo do aniversário não, é muito longe pra tu, é muito contramão.
Thanks, girl.
Tia Augustinha. Chega lá, tia Augustinha.
Ela vai dar na sua cara que ela vai dar.
What do you want?
Ô, tia Augustinha. Hã?
Nada não.
I am a sorry,
Por que não?
selfish sod, aren't I?
Né, deve.
Not a baker.
Mas por que ela ia dar na minha cara?
The day took me in.
É bom mesmo.
Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her.
A gente disse seu filho
She
favorito
was all I
dela, né?
knew.
A te contei
Worked
isso.
on mines for years. When she shut it, I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking.
Não deixa tuas irmãs para ouvir isso, não.
She was the only
Ela
she
disse a
got
cara
what
minhas
I was
irmãs.
supposed to do. I asked her, how do...
Focus on the job at hand.
What use is proofing... Wait.
Isso, nem fui eu que disse isso, foi ela, velho.
Wait.
O quê?
Nem fui eu que disse isso, foi ela mesmo.
Ah, filho, não é legal não isso aí. Cria intriga entre irmãos.
Não, mas foi na hora que tava todo mundo frescando, conversa. Eu já te conto essa história.
Sim, não importa se tá frescando ou não, não. Saiu, quem brinca tem um pouquinho de verdade.
Ah. Fazer o quê?
Like carpet.
Se eu sou mais especial que os outros, né?
Ah, there you are. The man who lit up the Iwari, you might have stoked the flames a little too fast.
True.
Eu não tô nem aí pra subquest. É só apertando o botão. Passou de level.
E pra completar entender inglês, não tá nem no aeroporto.
Passei de level.
Mas já diz, lá na frente vai chegar uma missão muito foda que vai dizer.
Não, mas essa besteira era sobre uma padaria.
O que a fulana te ofereceu na padaria?
Hã?
Vai ter uma missão lá na frente, muito foda, que vai te perguntar o que foi que a fulana tinha na padaria?
Pão!
Não, pão. Aí te ofereceu outra coisa, tu não vai saber, tu não fez nada, não lembro.
Não, foi besteira. O cara perdeu o padeiro dele e o padeiro saiu de foca. A gente foi conversar com o padeiro pra convencer ele a voltar pra padaria. Aí pra gente convenceu. Acabou, ponto, final.
Então tá, qual era o nome do padeiro? É a senha, vamos abrir a porta.
Ela quer saber do nome do padeiro? O padeiro que se foda.
Aí o nome dele é a senha pra abrir a porta, pra finalizar o...
Aí eu volto onde ele tava e vejo.
Pois é, porque o padeiro tá não.
Não adianta. Tem os bichos do mural, que é os bichos secretos que você bate. Ó. Tá vendo aí?
Tô vendo aqui.
Derrotei todos até agora.
Caralho.
O mais difícil é
Só desliga teu áudio, porque tá duplicando aqui.
Ah.
Tá ficando ruim de eu ouvir.
And how may I assist you today? What is it that you wish to learn?
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then? Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn, Can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own time.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You're beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Then I suppose, would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I think Mid might need some help.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. All yours. All done?
time to fight. You deserve a rest.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Nice try. Too slow. Titan! Go for it! The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that...
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away. Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients,
I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive. So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk at the glass.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled. I won't have...
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the... Fresh cuts! Come and get them before the...
We haven't much, but you're free to look. I hope it's to your liking. Good day.
What do you want? If that's what you want. Good riddance.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the Moondew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpo?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the Moondew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry?
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too, now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The Enterprise will have 4 mithril engines, each needing its own displacement stack. So just 3 more like this, and we'll be finished.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the Chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the Chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?